Hello everybody, I'm back. Today has been a hectic day. There have been quite a few hectic days in the past. Um, but I wanted to sit down, have a chat, and crochet a little. But I also haven't eaten yet, so I have eaten one of my two hamburgers, and I will be eating the second one on stream. It should be fairly fast, but I am gonna mute myself. But I just wanted to say I am here. I am coming along. I might take a little longer and I might mute myself while eating hamburger because it gets messy. Unless somebody comes on, I will not be talking. But I am still very hungry, so let's get eaten and then let's get. I do need to wash my hands in between, but after that, let's get to crochet. Alright, I am done with my dinner. So I am gonna wash my hands and bring my stuff to the kitchen. I did spill quite a bit. Let's see if with a little piece of paper that I still have left. Alright, it was very sticky, so I will be right back. Alright, I am back. Let's see. Let's put the camera in a more useful position. Alright, I have had a long day. Long day. And I'm starting to get a headache, so I don't know how long I'm gonna stream. I just wanted to stream just to stream. And possibly just to sit down and crochet some. Even though I can actually do that in bed as well, so I might call it a day soon, because now I've eaten, I'm getting real tired. But I don't wanna quit right away. It's gonna be just a let's see bow eat stream. But let me get comfortable, at least a little bit. I had somebody come over to help me with a lot of stuff after holidays. Finally, we didn't really do much except clear out the laundry, which was also nice that it got done, but we still have a lot of stuff to do. Alright. And then I had to help a friend in her garden, which the neighbor was not happy about, and had to call the police on him, but it wasn't that bad, but it was. And he broke stuff, and we couldn't finish what we were doing. And she got real upset. And I am real tired because I had to be mental support and stuff. But that's what you get. It was very hot, so I had to cycle there. And I got real hot. And then I had to cycle back. And I got real hot, and then I had to hurry up and take a shower and to be here. And a decent time, but on the other hand, everything went pretty quickly, and I actually did get a lot of stuff done today. But now I'm just freaking tired. So I'm thinking of either rushing through a lot of projects and just to get shit rolling, or just to put my headphones in and get stuff done. I am currently making a couple of things. I printed out the pattern for this thing and laminated it because I actually really like it. This is the pattern. It was free where I found it, but it was not on its original site anymore, so I do not know. Oh, this is the first page. I do not know if this is the original place where the pattern was, because her website is not online anymore. But it is the Aestas crochet top pattern from hookedbyanna.com. When I was looking this up, I looked at the link connected me to hookedbyanna.com, and it did not work. It might be temporary, but I think she might be offline. But I printed out. I found it somewhere else because I looked at the name, and there it was free. I think it might have been Revelry, although I don't really know. So I downloaded it, printed it, and laminated it, because I tend to write on my patterns and they tend to become a huge mess, and I decided I didn't want that, so I borrowed a laminating machine and laminated these. But I am making this one in size large. It does seem reasonably true to size. It might be a bit big for me, but I can always frog it and reuse it. It is basically my first attempt at crochet clothing, so this is technically a trial piece. If it works out, it works out, but I will be keeping it as an example for later versions. I have this yarn is it's a beautiful color, but it's quite scratchy. And I have similar yarn, which is also a beautiful color and a lot softer, so I might be using this one for the next version, but I was making this one because I wanted a summer top to go over my regular clothing in summer, because I like to wear little spaghetti tops, I don't know, with the thin, very thin straps. In Dutch we call them hemps. Mostly undergarments, but it's thankfully fine to use them as actual wear. But I also like to wear hip pants, and I got a bit of a belly and it felt unpleasant. So it's always the question, do I wear the top inside my pants or outside? And I have hips, so if I wear them outside, it just curls up. So I need to wear something in my pants so I can tighten it. But because I tighten it, I get a bit of a belly, and I don't like that. And I would like something flowy. But I only have fairly tight things, and I gained some weight. So the fairly tight things are, well, not uncomfortably tight. I can still wear them because they're very stretchy, but I would rather not. Because they show off my belly and I don't like it. So I wanted something flowy, but apparently I have nothing flowy in my wardrobe. Nothing flowy and light, at least. I mean, I have t-shirts and stuff, but I wanted something with bare arms because it's freaking hot this summer. And I have a newspaper around and I like walking, and that fell on some quite hot days. So I would have liked to have something light and flowy over the top. This was the general idea. I think it is nice, especially with the open sides. It's actually fairly close to the idea that I want, except that I might work the back open as well. I think I can do that. I don't know if I'm just going to do everything with this pattern or that I'm just going to put something. I don't know. I think if I have this as an example, I can edit it. Might also make some nice ruffles along this edge because I can. Might also make this band smaller. But this fabric is very warm. It's polyester, it's acrylic. Because it is crocheted, it is very, very, very warm. The other skein that I showed you is probably similar. So I want to try, and it's also a lot of work. So by the time I'm done with this, summer is gone. I'm probably not going to use it for now. So it's fine that it's a trial piece and it might not fit me. I used large. I don't have a very large bust size, but I wanted it to be wide and I wanted to try out the size comparison with the crochet hook and the yarn that I got. And that is actually quite similar. So large might be a bit too big for me, but it is more flowy than the original and I wanted more flowy. So I am okay with that. But I'm probably not going to wear this, although I could wear it in winter as something nice. But I wanted it just to follow the pattern. It is the same color as my little turtle shell. Thankfully I have another skein of this. I also wanted to try this pattern specifically to check out how much yarn I needed. Well, I'm over halfway, I think, although I could make it longer. That's always an easy choice. But I'm almost through the first skein of yarn, but that was not a full skein. Somebody used something and I have used something on him, her, it. But yes, so I should be able to make it. I have 2 skeins of this yarn. I should be able to make it easily with what I have of this one, because I was afraid it might not be enough, but I think it will be easily enough. And I might be able to make it longer. But that will have the same problem. If this works out, I might get a little bit thicker cotton yarn. So I might make this one in cotton as well. But cotton is a lot more expensive than acrylic yarn. So I do need to know exactly how much I need and whether that is worth it. That's pretty much it for this fella. Or whatever. I like having this project because it's very easy stitches. And the pattern here is also fairly simple, and I can always, if I mess it up a little, I will either see because it doesn't line up and then I can change it, or it doesn't matter. I can at least approximately get as close to where I want to be as I need to, and it will probably look fine. So that's actually quite nice. So I'm using this to just crochet the day away if I want something not really mentally taxing, because I can just do it without the pattern by now, although I do need to add some increases, but I think I can remember, and I have the pattern on my phone. So it's nice to have different kind of projects. And this one is just for me just to work on whenever I feel like it. It is quite big. A little while ago I had to go for a walk, but I had to go there by train and then walk 10 kilometers. and it was fairly hot. And if I walk, I pack a very small backpack with a bottle of water, something to eat, and the very basic supplies like lip balm, tissues, whatever. The tiny basic stuff. But if I go by train, I prefer to bring some crochet work. So this was too big for that. Don't remember what I brought. I think I brought another project. But this one is too big sometimes for simple. And some patterns are too complicated to bring in the train because you have to check the pattern all the time. And you don't want that. Ooh, I've been walking quite a bit lately. Poor feetsies. Oh well. I've had issues with my heels last week. I've been walking a lot on sandals and they were hurting. They seem to be getting better, which is nice. These are the other projects I'm currently actively working on. The one that has a lot of hair. On the baggie. Let's start with the blankie. The blanket I have been working on for quite a while. I decided on a basket stitch. I tried a couple of stitch types and eventually I decided on a basket stitch. And I just tried a couple of types of basket stitch. And I decided it needs to be pretty much as high as it is wide. So I decided on a 2 wide basket stitch because I didn't know how much rounds I would make. I thought I would be able to make at least 4 rounds. I didn't. But still 4 rounds. The first basket stitch doesn't count. Regular round. I don't want to explain why, but it just didn't. But unfortunately, I only got to 3 rounds, so that is enough for 1. And then most of 1. So I made the little edge stitching that I was planning to do, although I did try some other stuff on it. Little edge stitch. What did I do? I put in some double crochet, no, some single crochet and some half double crochet. But then I did some more, and I actually, I also finished up the round with the basket stitch as well, and I don't think I like that. That doesn't really help me much. Black in the basket stitch doesn't really add much, it just looks weird. So I am gonna finish up the basket stitch and put in a black edge. I was planning to do a very specific stitch, but I do need to figure out how I want it. And I tried crocheting in the stitches and in between the stitches. Let's see. So I need to decide which of those I like best. I'm actually decently charmed by in between the stitches with a half double crochet. There's wood, and I need to frog one round because I couldn't finish the last round. I ended pretty much here on this row. I would have finished it. But on the other hand, just having one row in the counter direction of the basket stitch actually does not look good. It's actually not that nice. Even if I finish it with the even if I finish it with the black, it just looks weird. It's a little bit better, but not that good. So I'm just gonna go for one round less of, and then we'll have pretty much this pattern, just about, which is a nice square little pattern. Cute, interesting, and I'll only have to frog well, all my trowel bits in black and then some most of a round in brown. But I do need to decide what I want with the black before I frog it, because otherwise I'll have to redo it. Where did I put my... Okay, I'm gonna have to do that later because I put my crochet books somewhere else. I think I put them in the living room, but I have to go and get them. Now, I think I have spares. Some. I think I might actually have spares right here. Not ergonomic ones, but regular crochet needles. That should be fine. Alright. I will show you the other project I'm working on, which is a D20. Where did I put my actual D20? Did I put it in here again, or did I? Oh, here it is. I have a D20 as an example, and I am currently making a D20. It is built up of just triangles, so I needed to sew it together, and now I need to crochet it together, or I need to embroider it. And I'm probably gonna make a nice edge crocheting it together. I will probably use a rotating stitch, but I also need to close the tiny gap before I do that, or all of the tiny gaps, most of the tiny gaps, because I can't close them all, because otherwise I won't be able to fill it. And it's not a continuous line, so I cannot do all of it, I think, because it's an odd number, but that's probably fine. I also need to embroider a lot of numbers still. I think I'm not even halfway. I did check them all out, and of course they have a certain order, but since I connected the tips of the triangle pieces to similar tips and the bottoms to each other, and here on the other hand the same thing, I didn't realize that the numbers on the dice are also in a certain direction. I don't know why, but I couldn't embroider all the numbers to the top, because the top is not the top. It goes all kinds of sides. So let's assume I just made a lot of triangles, so they are all of the points are directed here, but the 1 has its top pointed that way, the 7 has its top pointed that way, the 15 has its top pointed that way, which is actually exactly the same angle, coincidentally, the bottom right corner of our things, but The 5 has its top pointed that way to the bottom left-hand corner. And the 13 also. So, and since I put the bottoms together, the 11 is actually pointed to the top, but that's one of the few ones. I think 17 as well. So I actually had to sew it mostly together to actually see where they were supposed to go. Otherwise I would have crocheted it all together, but I needed to check. Just to be sure, because keeping it together with pins or safety pins was not really an option with this many loose pieces. Thankfully I could start assembling it before I was done. So this was the other project I brought along. I just brought the triangles that I still had to crochet along. That's why I made a little orange thingy in the train. I brought it along in the train. Eventually I didn't go with the train, but that's a whole different story. The plan was to go by train. So I don't need to crochet this thing, but I could embroider it. I could also frock this one. I think I'm just gonna not embroider this one. I think I'm just gonna frock that one and finish it. And then I'm gonna call it a day. Well, really the end. What time is it? Oh, I didn't even start my music. Sorry about that. So music is from Chillhop Music again. It's a bit loud. Why are you loud? Oh right, I know why. Is this loud? Apparently so. Yeah, I turned it down in the video, but not. Well, last time I turned it down in the video, and this time for something I had to turn it up, and I forgot that I had to turn it up. Alright, I am gonna do this thing. I need a 3.5mm hook. I should have one somewhere in here, because I have pretty much all sizes in here. And all kinds of hooks, but it's fine. So I'm gonna put on headphones, but first I am gonna try something. What was I gonna try? Yeah, specific. Oh, right. I was gonna try out the rotated crochet and the crab stitch, because I think I didn't like the crab stitch, but I don't really remember. And since the rotated single crochet looks a lot like it, I will probably try that first. And then, which is probably also the one I'm going to use for the D20. Which is a bit harder than most stitches. I would like to try out the crab stitch, but I have started here in this part of the process. Actually, I could try the crab stitch on the back side, but I don't know if it will look the same. Oh, actually, I need to pay attention as well. And then rotate and then through. And don't pull all the other yarn through. Alright, let's get a bigger loop. Pull through, get another big loop, then rotate. Make the loops even bigger and pull through. And then pull through, big loops, rotate, and pull through. It's not really a hard stitch to do, but you do need to just make the loops a lot bigger than you're actually supposed to, because otherwise you can't get the needle through, or the hook, crochet hook. And then you get a funny looking little edge. I was thinking of making a double edge, because I do believe I did not really like the effect that the crab stitch had. I don't really remember. It has not been that long. I had prepared it last week and I must have done this in between, but I might have been very tired. So I am just gonna try this for a little bit, but I think I might have to frog it and then frog the brown to where I know I am happy, and then try some other stuff. Because that's what you do. At least now I know that there's no reason for me to try to finish the third row, because I just don't like the basket stitch with the switch over. I actually like this one quite a bit. But I'm gonna frog it and I'm gonna finish up the brown, because I know how I want the brown to finish. So might as well. And then I can put a little bit, few more trial bits for the black, and then I'm done with that as well. These are all trial bits anyway, so that's fine. Best pieces, best parts, and stuff. I'm also gonna put on headphones, otherwise I'll be done by now. I like streaming, but I have nothing to do, and it's always in the evening when I'm very tired, but during the day I don't have any time either. But today is worse than usual, so. Alright, let's go. Currently I am watching What is Chicken Scratch Embroidery from the Stitchery. I watched all of Complicated Knots live streams, so I am up to date, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately, it's quite nice. She has a lot more videos, but it's mostly patterns and stuff. I just like to. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Alright. So that's a recommendation from me, but I am done with her live streams, so I had to find something else to watch, and I like the Stitchery. She has fun videos with nice personality. Next week I will be streaming a lot more, because I am planning to ask people to come to the stream. So hopefully I will have some audience, and I feel like I need to actually be somewhat entertaining. I haven't checked my schedule, so I need to actually properly plan. But I'm planning to actually be here on time, maybe a little early, and properly crochet and talk for quite some time. But we shall see. Also gonna roll this one up, otherwise it's gonna be a mess. But I'm probably gonna call it today fairly soon, because I have barely done anything and I'm getting very tired. And I've got a bit of a headache, which is telling me that I need to lie down. badly. It's one of those headaches that is because of muscle tension, so lying down should help, but if you wait too long, it doesn't help anymore. Where's my crochet? Here. And sorry I'm not talking anymore. I actually am starting to get really tired, like I said. Not just me listening to something else. It is me falling asleep as well. And I do need to check the crab stitch. What's my small crochet? I checked a little while ago, but I don't really remember. I do have a 1mm hook. I got that for my birthday. And oh, I got tiny hooks. 0.7. I should have a 0.5 because why is this one empty? But I don't think I know where. So 0.7 it is. 0.7mm. Maybe this will be the smallest. Oh, this is a different one. Oh, it looks like 0.5. Alright. So, very small, apparently, but that's fine. Come on, work with me here, buddy. And right, let's fork the brown. Alright, well, it's a lot of work. The frogging. Oh, the frogging. Where's the beginning? Is this the beginning? No, I still need another. Yes, yes I do. Alright. Why? Why did it take me like most of my yarn to do like half of my yarn to do the first 3 rows and the other half to do the last one. It's really confusing, but I thought I had more or less. That's real weird. At least I got most of it done, because the bigger the thing becomes, the more work it is. There we are. That's the beginning. I was hoping I could get another round in, but it doesn't really matter with the pattern anyway. So it doesn't really make it better. Right, last part. And then figure out a way to actually really finish it up, but I'll do that later. There we go. Although I could do it now. It's maybe just as easy. I'll take this one. Looks like a giant pile of hair. It is brown yarn. Get the strand away through the rest of the work. I'll sew over this one. Right, finished up that one, that one. All right, left over bits. And roll up the leftover piece. Oh, beautiful. and roll up the leftover bit. It was a lot more than I thought it would be when I started the last round. So if I'm done with this, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm starting to get a bad headache. And it's very unfortunate because I would have loved to do more, but I need to lie down. I need to get more comfy than this, unfortunately. I would have liked to stay longer because I took a lot of trouble to actually be here as much on time as I could, but this is not the most entertaining viewing, but I was here, I have been here, there is nobody who's watching, at least it says one viewer, but I don't believe it. So I'm just gonna have to lie down and call it a day. I don't think anybody will blame me. But I am gonna finish up this little ball, yeah, because otherwise this giant pile of hair fluff will lie here and be weird. Alright. Almost done. I was hoping to get rid of all the brown yarn, but oh well. Alright. It is done. This is the amount that I have left, which is actually more than I thought it would be. But at least I used up most of it, which is nice. I will put it away later. Just to go back, I'm gonna take this little baggie and move on my leftover bits for stuffing or something. I don't know. I'll just keep them for now. And I'm gonna put all my little projects back in the baggie and call it a day. So, if you are here, thank you for watching, and I will be back next week. Maybe I will be back sooner, because I would like to just sit down and crochet the night away, but not today. Maybe, well, tomorrow's gonna be busy too, but so not in the evening, but I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty much any day except for tomorrow. time to use that. Alright, that is it. Good